Welcome to another edition of Thunder and Lightning. Yes, we are on a Thursday night, Friday morning, depending on when you're watching us. Nikki, Nick, what's up? How's it going tonight?
Going good. I having a hair issue today. So for those
You're
of you
looking
that are
fine.
not listening, yeah, if you're watching, you can tell. Thing is, I just finished my cardio and then didn't have much time in between.
Okay.
So I gotta
All
get in the shower, basically. Is what I'm saying.
right, so
Fix my hair.
we'll be quick tonight. We just wanted to do a quick recap on what's going on with Giant Land this week since Monday's show, which was really fun. We actually had Tom on to talk about snow removal at MetLife Stadium, so that was
Isn't
really
that crazy?
it was really fun.
Thinking about the past few days and other things occur to you, and you're just like, man, what an undertaking that is. And since we've done that show, I've had a couple of work events to go to, and I had posted the clip of the Philadelphia snow spies on my LinkedIn.
Right.
And so now everyone wants to know who you are because you're affiliated with me. Isn't that great? But the funny thing is, they think some people think that this podcast is my work podcast, that you are my co-host for Hello Green. It's not what it is, but I'll let people roll with it, I guess, if that's what they want. But everybody said, a lot of people were like, that MetLife contract is something serious,
Of
so
course.
hats off to Tom and his team, because I know just how complicated it could be on a small scale.
For sure. And after you watch tonight's episode, be sure to check out that episode from Monday night. We had a lot of fun. So
before we get into it, though, I have one question for you.
Hit it.
Since this actually isn't my work podcast, and I am going to start my work podcast, I do need a co-host. Should I have auditions? Or since people think you are my co-host on Hello Green, I mean, which I think is crazy, because obviously the NY is in the background, not my company logo.
Yeah, I have the press conference background in the back. All jokes aside, I mean, we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk about this.
Renegotiate contracts, I guess.
We're gonna have to get my agent on the phone and
talk to my people.
We're gonna have to figure something out. No, but all jokes aside, all the feedback from Monday's show from people in your real life life, it was just funny on all the text messaging you were getting and DMs about, oh, I want to do a podcast. Oh, I want to do a business podcast.
Yes, people thought they could. So I have people messaging asking, are we accepting people to come on Monday? Like people want to come on and talk about their company. And I was just like, wait a minute, this is my sports podcast, and it tied into MetLife because we're a Giants podcast and general football podcast, right. But it just all tied in. And so people were DMing me and they were like, oh, can I come on and talk about my company? And I'm like, I text Danny, I'm like, I don't know, should we charge for this? Show us the money. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll gladly be sponsored by you guys so we can actually get this show off the ground running. I would gladly help. No. If you want Nikki to do a business podcast, and I am going to have to figure out a way to learn business on the fly, but hey, I will gladly do it if the right price comes around. But we'll talk about that off air for sure. Might as well get off the ground running with the New York Football Giants this week. They play the Houston Texans on Saturday at 1 p.m. on Fox for all the locals. So Daniel Jones is getting his first game action since the Raiders game when his knee blew up in 30 different spots, and he obviously didn't look.
We were together for that game, right?
Yes, we were. We were.
You just got so silent. The look on your face, I think you were just sickened. You couldn't even eat.
Yeah, no, with that, it was just we didn't even get to your house yet. We literally walked into the door.
Dreams shattered.
I didn't even get to decompress. I'm driving around all of Jersey Shore that I have no idea where I'm at. Just thank God for GPS, and we finally get to your house. I literally open the door and you see Daniel Jones just thriving in pain, and I'm like, oh well, that's great. So yeah, I was not thrilled about that.
You were not happy that night.
No. And then what made matters worse, he was coming from that stinger. I still do not believe that it was just a stinger. And he was throwing ducks. So the last time we saw Daniel Jones, he was throwing ducks. What? Throwing?
No, sore.
Sore.
Last time we saw Daniel Jones.
Yeah, last time we saw Daniel Jones. We saw him throwing ducks and his knee blowing up the last time we saw him in a live game situation.
Oh my God. Am I supposed to take a shot every time you say sore? My God.
But yeah.
You shake this accent out of you. Jesus.
Yeah, never.
Oh, mine was bad.
Never. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I didn't see how long he's going to play, but I'm assuming if he looks good on the first drive, let him get the hell out of the game, and that would be good to go. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see. He's been pushing the ball down the field all training camp. He's had his moments of good and bad. So I'm excited to see against a decent Texans team. I know it's going to be vanilla defense, but it's going to be interesting to see how Daniel puts it together. I would assume the starting offensive line is going to be playing like most starters. We'll get to another player later who shouldn't be playing, but we'll see on Saturday. But what are you expecting to get anything out of Daniel Jones? Like, if you just, obviously we don't care about the stats, we just need him to look good for Saturday. But like, what would make you be like, okay, we see Daniel being okay, and he got his first hit of the year, and we should hit the ground running, hopefully.
I think that's it for me. I just actually want to see him get hit, like get that first one out of you. It's just kind of like get out of your system. Like, not that they have jitters, but you know what I mean? I guess that's the only way I can equate it. You just kind of like get that first day of school feeling out of you a little bit. So I just kind of want to see him get hit and see how he reacts to it. I honestly don't have a ton of expectations. I even think he said, like, in his press conference, it's up to Dave's how long he plays. Obviously, we know that. And that he just wants a clean operation for however long he's out there. He will be happy with himself if things are running cleanly. And I think that's really all you can ask for. Like, what is the cohesion on the offensive line looking like? I mean, and yeah, you know, can Daniel just, I don't know, can he just fucking put it together already? He said he feels confident in his knee and he feels ready to go. So mentally, I mean, he's saying the right things. So I would assume can't really ask for more. That's kind of where you want him to be. I just like, let's see that first hit and let's see what this offensive line does for me. That I really, my expectations are like bare bones. Like
no,
the barrel.
I'm with you on that. I just want, like we both mentioned, get his first hit. Let's see how he gets up from that first hit. Let's see him make the smart reads and just make sure he just plays with his head straight, and let's make sure he doesn't have those ghost feelings that he had last season.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
He was clearly seeing ghosts last year when Josh Rasudu was protecting his blind side, and I don't blame him for that. But like I'm excited to see how he just gets up.
How long you think Dave's keeps him in for?
I mean, anywhere from a quarter. Let's see how a quarter to a first half. I saw both things. We'll see. Yeah, that's 4. Wow.
The sore count is at 4.
It's
everyone.
astronomical tonight. We're not live tonight. We're not live tonight, and that's
oh my
happened.
God, 4 already. Jesus.
Yeah,
we're 9 minutes in.
9 minutes in, and I got 4.
I think that's a record. You'd win the Olympic gold medal for Long Island accents over there. How many times can you say the word sore in a 20-minute Thursday show?
My coffee. I gotta have my coffee, and I saw you over there.
No, you didn't say sore. Actually, do you say coffee like that? I don't. No, you don't. No.
I know people that do though.
Oh,
coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
But yeah. Any other players you really want to talk about Saturday? I want to see how Gray runs again.
I think that's important.
Tyler Newman got first team reps today at safety, so that's huge. I'm excited to see that. He made a couple good run plays last week. The other guy I want to see again is the undrafted rookie Elijah Chapman, who is a very small in height wise, but he's arguably the strongest guy on the defensive line, according to Coach Patterson today. It's
how
a good.
Tall is he? Why? How tall is he?
He's like 5. He's like 5'11".
Oh, short.
For a defensive lineman in the NFL, he's pretty short. But he is just a big ball of like strength, and like he made a couple impressive plays last week, and he's got first team reps this week. So I'm excited to see, like, hopefully that keeps going for him, because he's one of those like feel good stories of just being undermanned size wise and being overlooked on all the Senior Bowl teams and combine and everything like that, and like he'll find a way to make it to the Giants type of thing. That would be a feel good story, and this is the time of year for that. Obviously in a couple weeks, if he makes the team, he would probably be more in the back of the roster or not make it on game days. But for what Saturday brings, I hope he has another good performance, because Justin brought light to him last week when I had him on Tuesday night, and he really did impress me for everything that he is supposed to be with his size and everything like that. So I'm excited about that. He's getting articles on the post, so he's let's hope he like continues the good trend.
Oh God, great! As soon as the media hops on a player, it's
right.
It's a wrap.
Right.
Speaking of the media, don't you have a little bone to pick with the media this week?
Oh, yeah.
A little agitated with the media.
Well, the media, the whole Tracy injury thing, it sounded like his leg was going to explode. And I saw one guy like kind of compare.
5. We're at 5, everybody. And we are 12 minutes and 7 seconds in.
One guy tweeted it's like a Dak Prescott injury. And so that means his leg is this way.
Who was that? A random person that tweeted that, or was that a member of the media?
I don't remember, but it was like, what the hell?
You don't know if it was a member of the media?
I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember. It was such a blur. And then, all right, a couple hours later, Jordan Ronan tweeted, "Oh my God, he's up and he's in the meeting room, and I think we dodged the bullet. He has a sprained ankle." So. From having his leg completely shattered to a sprained ankle, obviously annoying, but it is really funny to see. I think once they all saw the
6.
I did it again. You're putting it in my head. Once everybody's seen the air cast go on him.
Just go.
Once everybody's seen the air cast get on him, that was like, oh crap. And then the cart, I think, the medical staff actually did a good job. It's easier to have more precaution on an injury than like undersell the injuries. So I think that's more of the media like making it worse than what it seemed to be.
Well, that's what they do. That's what all media does. They make every single thing that happens, whether we're talking about sports or anything, it's like way worse than it actually is. But that's what they do. And that's because there's, old hacks in that press room. So that's what you get. If you let new people in, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
you get a little bit of a different narrative, but, no.
Yeah, no, that was just crazy. Just like, oh my God, his leg's off.
I know. I was like, holy shit. And then, it's like, oh, a sprained ankle, which is still unfortunate. But I think we've all sprained an ankle at some point in our lives.
Yeah, never fun. Speaking of ankles, we'll finish this up. Malik Nabers might play on Saturday. I don't think that's a great idea. I think that's a bold strategy, Con. I do not.
Why?
I think let's let him ease into it. I don't think we need to have him get ready for the regular season when he's going to be our team, basically. I think let's just gradually get him in. If they can play next week, play him for a drive next week and then be done with it. But I mean, this is the old adage: if he's healthy and he can go, he's gonna go. But me personally, he's our team this season. Let's get to week 1 without any drama and like, oh crap, here goes our season down the tubes already.
Yeah, but
like
would you have said that? I mean, there was a point in time where Saquon Barkley was just our team, like, and I don't recall you having that same sentiment. Like, don't play him.
Pre knee injury, I would, and then last year is like, forget it. He's not going to be on our team next year anyway, so screw it. But, yeah, I mean, I would tread lightly with this, especially with an ankle injury, but it's going to be one of those nagging injuries all season long, and hopefully he's going to be able to overpower it. He said he was okay to go week 1, so why play with faith?
I get it, but if he's good to go, and like you said, if it's going to be nagging him all season long, I mean, let the nagging commence. I mean, what do you like? I get what you guys all say, and yes, you do have to be cautious of injury, but as we saw, you could get hurt in practice. You could get hurt in week 1. You could get hurt in week 7. I mean, I just like I could get hit by a fucking bus tomorrow.
I mean, that would be so sad.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I get it. It's like they take all these precautions and then they go to practice and it's like, oh my God, this guy's leg fell off. Like it just like I don't know. I be cautious, like you said. Don't like play the whole game. Maybe you plan for like a drive or something. However, if it's going to nag all season, then just why don't you get it over with? Let DJ get that first hit. Let Nabers get out there. Let them both get it out, maybe. And I don't know. Like again, I hate that. Like if he's healthy, let's preserve him. Like they're in like some fucking mummy or something. Like I don't know, Danny. He could trip and fall walking out of his house downstairs. I mean, I'm just saying.
But no. But what I get what you're saying in season, preseason. Is it really worth it? No.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, don't you want him to get his chemistry down in a real scenario? Like,
yeah, but I think we saw it. Oh, damn it!
Seven.
7 shots right now. No, but we saw it.
You should take 7 shots right now. I drank enough last night.
Did you? Sounds it. No. We saw him play last week against the Lions. 8. We saw it last week at 9. I can't figure out another word tonight. This is gold.
It's like a couple of weeks ago when you just kept saying "unfortunately," and this is over
bing,
and
bing,
over.
Bing.
And over.
I always have that one word, and it's just
like word of the night, like Andy Cohen does when he's doing Watch What Happens Live, and he has the word of the night, but the guests don't know it, but the audience knows it.
That's good to know. Clearly, I have that every week. But yeah, we saw him practice with the Lions last week. He looked comfortable. 10
double-digit soars, everybody. That is a record. Congratulations. Yeah, I mean, you know
what? And then we play the Jets next week. So we do the joint practice with the Jets next week. So
yeah, and
I think we get enough practice.
We can move on with life here because at the end of the day, I don't care that much about preseason.
Right. So that's about it with the Giants. Saturday, 1 p.m. on Fox.
That's going to be tough. I have stuff to do.
I have a birthday party. So
of course you do. When do you not have? It's easier for you to say, I don't have a birthday party like this random day or wedding. I think you just find birthday parties so you can eat birthday cake. Like I think that's what it is. You just show up with Johnny and you're like
local birthday parties. No,
you're the instead of wedding crashers, you're the birthday party crasher.
Kids birthday crashers with my kids. Yeah, that's me. No,
is it a kid's birthday or is it an adult?
Yeah, it's my cousin's child's birthday.
How old?
He's the same age as Johnny, so we have to.
Oh God! So a bunch of 4-year-olds running around.
Yeah, probably. So it's gonna be fun.
Is it like gonna be like at a playground? Like, is it somewhere? No, is it a house?
It's gonna be at their house, so it's gonna be interesting.
They got a pool or something to distract these kids? Or?
I don't think they have a pool. I'll be honest with you.
Oh shit! They got a clown coming? Something?
I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm walking into on Saturday. I'll be completely honest. A 4-year-old's having a Beetlejuice birthday theme party.
So, Beetlejuice.
I mean
that movie. I've never seen it.
It's a good movie, but a 4-year-old having that themed birthday is gonna be interesting. I'll say
Maybe
that.
Beetlejuice is coming.
Beetlejuice, and he'll pop up. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I will DVR the game, rewatch it, and then obviously I'm gonna know what happens because everybody's gonna text me and Twitter and everything. But I'll still watch it.
Okay, so you're gonna watch it all the way through, the whole game.
I'm gonna attempt.
You got problems. This is why I call you Homer. I mean, this is really a sickness. Like
nothing
the
new.
The whole game.
We'll see. We'll see how the game.
I'm gonna see what Daniel Jones does and fucking be done with it.
Probably.
Like that's all anyone cares about. I mean, I admire you commit to the homerism. You really do. You're there through the bitter end, through the final quarter of the second preseason.
Well, I gotta.
Oh, you got your boy. I forgot.
I gotta get every last moment of Tommy DeVito in a Giants jersey. All right. But yeah, we'll see what happens on Saturday. I will do a quick recap Saturday night after I watch the game. Yeah, we're almost there, Nikki. I just can't wait for week 1. Speaking of week 1,
you can't wait.
Speaking of week 1,
I cannot wait to not have to talk about off-season nonsense anymore.
And having to pull it out of you has been
well, because I generally like. Remember draft season and I was like, I don't care. And then draft night, I cared. I thought it was fun, right? Like, and we did a good show. I'm still proud of us for that. That was some pro shit right there that night. And then we get into the off season and then I don't care too much. And then preseason drags, but then like come week 1, like I'm ready to go. I'm excited, maybe just as everybody else is. But week 1, let me ask you. Now that we know J.J. McCarthy is done for the season, we're sitting at my house, right? And you're right next to me. We're on the live podcast, which, by the way, guys, we did off a Google sheet and limited information and BS'd our way through it like the pros that we are.
Thank God I know college football.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it wasn't like you knew it like inside and out. And so we're sitting there and the Giants pass on JJ McCarthy. And we're like, all right, I don't know. They didn't like the guy. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they knew something. How would you have felt if that happened to the Giants?
Oh, you saw how I reacted to Daniel Jones. So
11. Well, that means we get Sam Darnold week 1.
Yes, we got Sam Darnold. Sammy D comes back to
is that his nickname? Sammy
No, I just decided to call him.
Sammy. I don't like that.
Okay.
We're not going to use that.
Okay, we're not. Sammy D though.
I feel like you got to have like swag for that nickname, and he definitely doesn't.
That's the sarcasm in it. It's a sarcasm nickname. But yeah, it's gonna be JJ. Well, obviously Justin Jefferson's still gonna get his. He did it last year with all the scrubs once Kurt got hurt. So I think he's basically a quarterback. He's basically quarterback proof.
Call them all the scrubs.
Yeah. Well, it was. Yeah, you saw the names that he was getting thrown to, and he was still making it happen. So, yeah, we're still gonna have to face Justin Jefferson, who's obviously gonna be a top 3 fantasy draft pick in everybody's league if it's not a dynasty or a keeper league. So it's gonna still be fun watching Deontay Banks have to go up against him week 1.
Yeah, that's an assignment you don't want.
But we know Sam Darnold sees ghosts at MetLife Stadium, so hopefully our defense is up.
Are you feeling like a win? Maybe if you had to do a prediction, which we're gonna, just so you know, in a couple weeks we have to do predictions.
No, of course. The homer in me says, hell yeah. This can totally be a game that we lose in the last second because we're just stupid. But right now, we are 1-point underdogs. I think someone tweeted out today.
Are we?
Yeah.
God damn.
This either has us losing the last typical Giant fashion or a Malik Nabers vintage Odell Beckham slant 80 yards for a touchdown for
OBJ 2.0.
So we'll see about
a modern version. All right, but do you think they would like if?
I think we're gonna win. Okay. It's gonna be a lot of mojo. The crowd's gonna be excited for the 100th season ceremonies and everything else like that. We can't look bad in those awful pants and that throwback jersey. It'll just be often.
Yeah, you can't have a bad game, right? Like you can't be like you got to pick a struggle, right? You can't have the ugly uniform and the bad game and the just like you can't be ugly and have a shitty personality. Pick one. Have one struggle. If you're ugly, you gotta be nice.
And if you're if you're ugly, you got to be nice or funny, and then everybody likes you.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. We all know JJ's quarterback proof, so it sucks for JJ McCarthy, but we'll see him next year, I guess.
See you next year, maybe. I guess. I don't know.
So, want to talk some fantasy before we hit up the food takes and everything?
Yeah, sure. Like yeah.
What we got?
Well, okay. Since we're talking about the Giants, so now I see floating around. You talk about deep sleepers, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody's not everybody, but enough people are buzzing about Jalen Hyatt. So I want to bring it up to you. He's got the skills to create the separation. Take everything into account. I know offensive line, Daniel Jones, all of that. Like just assume all cylinders are firing as they should be, right? I think he absolutely can be that deep threat. And with all the attention on Nabers, I think he can take advantage of that opportunity. And so I agree that he should be on a sleeper list. Do you agree or disagree?
I think he could be on a sleeper list. I don't hate it, but I think I would rather draft Wan'Dale over Hyatt if we're going to pick a giant receiver not named.
As a sleeper? You think Wan'Dale's a sleeper? This was deep sleeper list. So I
think he's a sleeper enough because everybody's obviously not going to respect our offense.
No, they're not, but
I think with
sleeper?
I think he's a sleeper still because we watch the week games every week, so we know he's not a sleeper. But I just think with him in the slot, and if it's a PPR league, he's going to be like Thielen last year. You know what I mean? He's going to rack up the short yardage points, and I think the receptions are going to be there. So
yeah, but I don't think he's a deep sleeper. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, no, that's fair.
Like it was like deep sleeper list.
Okay,
he was on a couple lists. So I'm just like I think there's a little bit of a distinction.
Okay. With Hyatt, he's a very deep sleeper because I think he's theoretically the third or fourth option on our team. So
but he's got that big playability.
Right. He's obviously going to be the boomest of booms and the busts of busts. So hopefully he learns how to work on his route tree because last year, other than the Patriots game, it wasn't really there.
But he didn't really get any. Last year was a mess.
Last year was 100% a mess.
I think the play, he didn't get a chance to assert himself in the offense, I think. And we didn't know who was at quarterback and the line was a mess. Yeah. I just it's like wash that whole last season away and start fresh. That's I would say don't hold last season against him, especially with his rookie year. And that's what he was coming into. So
I personally won't draft him unless it's the last round and I'm like, all right, I'll be a homer. But I personally wouldn't draft him. But if he's a deep sleeper and he hits, I'm ecstatic because that means the Giants are doing great things. He has to show it. I got to see a little bit more out of him in the game.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I mean, you might not see what you need to see until 3 weeks in or 4 weeks in.
Right. I think we're going to be able to pick him up on the waiver wire.
I'm sure. I'm just saying, don't if he starts rolling by week 3, 4, people are going to catch on to that and grab him.
Oh yeah, for sure. And just hit the watch button on whatever app you use for fantasy, and you just ready to go right then and there.
You have a non-giant deep sleeper or just a sleeper that you like?
I haven't really done my homework yet, so
how are we supposed to run this fantasy league and you haven't done your homework?
I haven't done my homework yet. It's this weekend that I'm gonna ramp it up. Do you have a sleeper at the moment?
I gave you mine. I want you to
other than Hyatt. Other than Hyatt. Okay.
Hyatt. I want you to do your homework because next week I want to talk about one of my favorite parts of fantasy is knowing which rookies to get and who to stash on your bench, because honestly that has been what has helped me through many, many years of fantasy football.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep repeating it because I do, again, there's a lot of ladies who reach out asking for advice, and maybe their second year in now. So maybe first year is a little overwhelming. Ladies are playing year 2. That's like the biggest thing for me, is like knowing who are the great guys to stash on your bench, because I'm like, thanking God, that I have them week 8, 9, 10, when all those injuries and bye weeks and, sometimes your bye week hits, your whole team is injured. It's an unfortunate series of events. But speaking of whole teams, you know how some teams, just in terms of fantasy, they're just like a great target, right? Every unit is kind of like, man, you can't really miss. So I don't know if you've watched. Have you watched any of Hard Knocks?
Yeah, I have. I've watched both episodes.
Okay, so watch the first episode. I'll probably watch the second one tonight, maybe. Depends how fast my producer can get me the show so that I can do clips. So we'll see. Maybe by the time we get out of the shower, I'll have it. But what do you think about the Bears, right? Okay, so Caleb Williams is going to be a threat all on his own, right? And then you look at their wide receivers, DJ Moore, who I liked that for fantasy last year and just got paid, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, Cole Kmet, right? Gerald Everett at tight end, Swift and Herbert over there for running backs. I mean, if you look at a team as a whole in fantasy, that's a pretty stacked team.
No, that's a very stacked team. And I was talking to a friend the other day, like, Roma Dunze doesn't have to go out and like be like that day one star, because they have DJ Moore doing that. And then Keenan Allen is obviously one of the savviest vets of all time, even though there's a rumor he gained 20 pounds last year and he's playing above his fighting weight, but he looks fine to me.
Yeah.
And then Roma Dunze at number 3 spot is going to be huge. And he's going to feast in the slot, and they're going to move around all 3 guys all over the field, I would assume. I like Swift. I had him when he was on the Lions 2 seasons ago. Too bad he was hurt. But last year with the Eagles, it was just whatever reason, they just didn't want to run him enough. And whenever they did run him, they were doing good things.
The Eagles just stopped running the ball all of a sudden.
And I think he's going to be good. He knows that division. Obviously, he has only been out of it for 1 year. So that team is definitely loaded and exciting to see. I'm going to also say this team, the Houston Texans, year 2 of CJ Stroud. You got Nico Collins, you have Tank Dell coming back from injury, and you got...
Talk about a sleeper last year, Tank Dell.
He was exactly in the category you mentioned 5 minutes ago.
Deep sleep. I'd like to be in a deep sleep right now.
Yes, we'll hurry up.
Now, I'm good. I was a little hungover like during the day, but I'm okay.
And then you have Stephon Diggs playing.
Right.
He's there now. So it's going to be...
What do you think the expectations are on the Houston Texans now? I know they turned it around a little bit last season, but they've been bad for so long. Like, is it like there's no turning back now? Like, you need to exceed even last year?
Oh, I didn't even finish. They have Joe Mixon at running back as well.
Yeah, they're stacked too.
So, I think they went all in this offseason, and CJ Stroud is still on a rookie contract. So you have to make it happen like now. So I think it's division or bust.
Okay, division or bust.
But that division is sneaky good. We'll see what year 2 brings from Anthony Richardson. We'll see what happens in Jacksonville, because they got paid. Lawrence got paid this offseason.
He sure did.
So that's going to be interesting if they underachieve again. And then we'll see what happens with the Titans. I'm not expecting much out of them. They're clearly the 4th team in that division, but you never know in football. But I think it's their division to lose, honestly. So.
What do you think Chicago can make some noise in the division finally? It's just been bad for so long. Like, but
I still think
there's a lot of talent there.
I still think they're the number 3 team.
Okay.
I think the ceiling is number 2, because I just think the Lions and Packers, even on their worst days, they still know what's going on, and they could overcome the shortcomings of a rookie quarterback. Don't get me wrong, Caleb's going to be awesome, but at the end of the day, with a rookie quarterback, I still think they're going to be the 3rd team in that division. And if they find a way to get in second place and get that wild card, man, it's an amazing year, and they have the talent for it. So
I'm rooting for them.
I'm definitely rooting for them as well. I think they're one more year of like division contention. We'll watch that be wrong in a couple of months, and he'll be like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Well, we're gonna have to
I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. We're gonna do probably our last show of preseason. We'll do some quick predictions for you guys for around the league, and make some final thoughts before we have to lock everything in. But yeah, I hope Chicago starts making some noise. It'd be a shame if they don't, with all that talent, and if it went to waste. But I'm really enjoying the way Hard Knocks is going this season. We have the Giants first, right? For off season, we get to see the Bears in training camp, and then it's AFC North December 3rd, so we get them in season. So I really enjoy it. I think it's really cool.
And they picked the best division to do that.
Yes, they picked the best division to do that, and I can't wait to hear what you're going to predict for that division. I think that's the hardest one.
That's always the hardest one. It's all right. You pick the Steelers one year, all right, they finish in fourth. Damn it. or you pick the Ravens and then Lamar goes down. You're like, all right, damn it. And then like, oh, all right, Joey B. Let's do it, Joey B. And then he like has a
wrist
injury.
And you're like, all right, the Brown. Here comes Joe Flacco out of nowhere. Like,
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, they won. They didn't win the division. Oh, the Ravens won it, but they made the wild card.
They made the wild card, yeah.
With Joe Flacco. What a world.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did you have that on your 2023 NFL bingo card?
No. And he was like their fourth string quarterback to make things even crazy.
I don't even think Joe Flacco was expecting it.
No. Then he turned into a pumpkin in the playoff game.
Oh yeah. Right into a pumpkin. So before we get to food takes, I was listening on the radio last week, meant to bring this up, but obviously we couldn't with our guest on, which we were so happy to have. And I was a little annoyed. I think it was ESPN New York, and I was driving to dinner. So it was like Saturday night, I forget the guys that were on. And they were listing, it was their list of quarterbacks who are under pressure to perform this year, right? Mm-hmm. And they mentioned every single quarterback. And to me, like, that was just an easy way out. It was like, they were like, everybody but Mahomes is under pressure to perform. And I'm like, what a cop out. Like, you couldn't pick just one, but I bring that up to say, do you think, I know it's easy to say like, oh, all eyes are on Daniel Jones because this is the team we cover. We're in a bubble in New York. But honestly, somebody brought up the point of, why isn't it Lamar? He's a 2-time MVP and he gets to the playoffs and has to face the Chiefs and just can't get it done.
Yeah, no, I think he's in the top 3 list for sure of most pressure quarterbacks because he needs to get over that hump that for whatever reason they just can't do it. And like for whatever reason in that game, they just shrink and it's just like not enough. Especially in the playoffs with his track record. Yeah, he is obviously.
You'd throw on that list?
Dak. I'm throwing Dak on the list because he's going to be the next quarterback on the list of getting between $60 to $65 million contract, and obviously he's going to have to put up video game numbers like he's been doing the last couple of years to be getting that $60 to $65 million thing, and then it's basically the last dance because McCarthy's free agent, CD wants to get paid, and obviously Dak wants to get paid. So I think him being the Cowboys quarterback, always number one, is one of the more pressured spots. Him succeeding in the playoffs, and then basically $60 to $65 million are looming over his head. So like literally one bad game, it's not going to change it, but like a cold streak might not hinder it, but people are going to be like, I don't know. They're already saying, I don't know, but he's still going to get it at the end of the day. But like, no one's going to expect, like, oh, he doesn't deserve that. Instead of, oh, okay, I that's a lot of money, but he did be good the last couple of years for him to reasonably be like, oh, that's why he got it. But I think those two, and then what other quarterback is I would.
Are you putting any pressure on Justin Herbert or
Herbert?
Allen. Like, do they make that list of pressure?
Allen gets a lot of pressure this year. For the sure fact that they basically rebuild the whole entire team last year because of cap hits. So he's not going to have his top 2 wide receivers last year. They're going to rely on a rookie in Coleman and Shakir, who was very solid from last year. It's going to be interesting to see how they can continue to be on top of the division. And it's not that normal Josh Allen Buffalo Bills offense that we were accustomed to the last couple of years. So it's going to be nut cutting time for Josh Allen, and he's in this
nut cutting time.
Yes,
is that what he said?
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. He's in the same boat as Lamar. He can do all the things in the regular season. He's a league MVP candidate every year. He'll make that 80-yard throw. He'll make that 80-yard touchdown run. And then for whatever reason, once Patrick Mahomes is there, see you later. And he still puts up great games. It's just
the nuts shrivel up, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, shrivel.
What about Aaron Rodgers?
All right. Well, I think that has a lot to do with him being on the Jets because the Jets are so starved to. They are the longest drought in all American Canadian sports. Playoff drought.
Only threw the Canadians in there.
Well, the other leagues have Canadians, so they are unfortunately the largest drought, and we all know the Super Bowl drought. So the Jets are just starving for any sort of success. He's coming back from 4 plays. I still can't believe it. I didn't even get to watch him play as a Jet. I didn't even sit down yet, and he was already hurt.
Yeah.
I've always liked Rodgers. I always loved Rodgers. I think, of course, the pressure is more so of him being on the Jets and the Jets having to succeed and so much pressure on the Jets more than him having to be good. And I think we're also in that New York echo chamber. So I think we have that echo chamber that he has to be good for the Jets. But I think nationally, I don't think anybody cares.
Nobody cares.
I think those guys are more nationally their asses are on the fire.
Yeah, if I'm Lamar Jackson.
You mentioned Herbert. I think I give Herbert 1 year with Harbaugh.
Yeah.
And get the system going and establish the running game and having protection, like a Harbaugh style of offense, as we saw him do. So 12. There we go. I like Herbert. So I'll give Herbert. I give Herbert 1 semi pass. That division's obviously tough. But if he sucks, then we're gonna have to be questioning it. But
then we are revisiting this list, and we're gonna make our own damn list because, as you can see, we are not naming every single quarterback. Not.
Those are the top 4 in my head.
No, I would agree with you. I think for me, it's Lamar Jackson. I don't think you can be that good, a 2-time MVP. Let's face it, the Ravens are always in contention, and they're in the toughest division, and they just beat each other up, and somehow they always make it, and they get to the Chiefs, and I know people want to say, it's the new rival, but, is it? The Chiefs always beat them. How much of a rivalry is that? So
it's like the Patriots. Every team was a rival to the Patriots because no one could beat them. So
the Patriots. Yeah.
So
you saw that jersey signing?
Yeah, that's months old.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
I thought it was so funny.
Oh, yeah, it's still hilarious. Yeah, it's really
He said, good game. Eli Manning is the ultimate troll.
Oh, yeah, he's hilarious.
I love it.
It's awesome that we get to see it now.
Yeah, because we couldn't see his personality too much.
Mm-hmm. But this is apparently what he was in the locker room all these years.
Right. But he wasn't going to show that to the media.
Of course.
No. Not at all.
Go
ahead.
Food takes?
Yeah, food fight. So I had a salad for dinner.
So this is going a lot quicker than expected. All right.
And let me see. Yesterday I had there was no food at the event, but I did have a lunch meeting at Rocco's Steakhouse. So I had a grilled chicken Caesar salad, and there was a crab meat cocktail for the table to share. So I had some of that.
Okay. Medium rare, like always. So that's good.
No, I didn't have steak.
Oh, you didn't have steak. All right.
No, I said I had a chicken Caesar salad.
And
a little bit of the crab cocktail.
Got it. All right.
Other
good.
people had steak and potatoes and cream spinach and bread and like all of that. And
anti-Nikki meal for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's 1:30 in the afternoon. Like,
and you had like 3 other events.
Yeah. So, and then after that, I obviously stopped for coffee and then proceeded to drink more and more. And then, as you know, the hell that is Penn Station, and it's hot and everything was delayed. And I thought I was going to get the 9:38 train home. I even text you, I think I would get this 9:38 train home. Joke
Jersey
is
Transit.
on me, and it's canceled.
Jersey Transit for you.
Your train was delayed too, right? Weren't you?
No. I just missed the train completely.
Oh, you missed the train. I did see a lot of Mets fans like when I was there. I think we probably missed each other by like 20 minutes or something.
No, I didn't go to Penn, so.
Oh, you didn't.
I'm already.
Oh, you're already in. So, what did you eat at the game? Anything?
I actually had their amazing pastrami sandwich. Like I was craving it all. Like I'm going to the game.
Pastrami sandwich.
So good. It was so worth the $17.
$17 for a sandwich?
Oh yeah, so good. They packed it in for $17.
What? Now that's the thing that's on rye bread, right?
Yeah, rye and brown mustard.
Yeah, pastrami's just not my thing.
Yeah, I know. I haven't had it in a couple years, and it was funny. Like I went with a group of friends, and I'm like, I want that sandwich. So I saw it, and my friends were like,
13. They're
all right,
lucky.
13. All right, I have to say one more because it's bad luck. I saw it right away. I'm like, I'm doing it. They're like, we're gonna go see other things. We'll see you at the.
They're like, I'm not dating the first. I gotta look around.
I didn't care. I'm like, I
knew it. She was the one that night. Pastrami sandwich was for you. That was for you. What did you drink beer with it? Like, what did you have?
No,
with it?
I just had a water because we pre-gamed. So I had a couple of airlining with bourbons and a Coke. So I was
bourbon and Coke.
Yeah. Jack and Coke.
Spicy last night, huh?
Yeah, basically Jack and Coke. But yeah, so I felt it. It was nice.
This morning?
No, it was two shots basically.
So. Oh, 2 shots. Oh, okay.
Essentially 2 shots, yeah. So,
okay, all right.
I felt it. Tonight was pork chops with duck sauce all over it. Here we go.
Pork chops with duck sauce all over them?
Yeah, my mom grilled them on a pan and put duck sauce over it. So it was basically Chinese pork chops.
From the Chinese place duck sauce that
yeah.
We talked about this. We don't. It's a gelatinous orange.
Yeah, it's just.
And so that, like, okay, so do you have duck sauce or you?
Yeah, no. You can buy jars of duck sauce and we have it.
What I need someone to tell me what it actually is.
I don't even want. It's one
of
those.
Do you want to know?
I do not want to know what duck sauce is.
I'm gonna look it up when we get off the show because it is just like the gloppy. It's orange, like It's okay. So
gloopy.
Yeah, so it's that, and what did you have with it?
They had potatoes. I didn't have it, and we had like rolls. So I had pork chops and a dinner roll. It was very basic tonight.
Very basic. So, I posted the meatloaf clip, right? Mm-hmm. And one of our mutual friends said to me, Danny has eaten more meatloaf in a month than I've eaten in my entire life.
I know. My mom is slacking. Like when my mom's like, "Oh, we're having meatloaf," everybody just looks at me right away and I'm like, "Fuck."
I don't know why you don't just like order a pizza on the side or something that you like. You're just so nice. Like I just
like I said last week, it's not my first pick, it's my last pick, and it's still good, but it's just like, oh
no, I don't think any. Do you ever see those things where people are like, "What's something people pretend to like?" I think meatloaf is one of them.
That is definitely.
It's just I don't know anyone that likes it. I mean, and you're just.
I don't know if it's a white person thing. Like I would have to try some black people's meatloaf and like Spanish people meatloaf. It's always dry, and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, it's dry. It's so
Always.
gross, dude. It's always
It's so bad.
yeah.
Always.
No, it's the worst thing. And then you have the ketchup crust that you explain to us so eloquently every time you eat it, and it's like the worst. Dessert? Did you have dessert?
No, I didn't have yet.
Are you going to?
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably not today. You're going to save it up because you have the birthday party, and I'm sure you're going to eat whatever Johnny doesn't eat or something, or you're going to have like birthday cake, or do they still give goodie bags out at birthday parties? Like candy bags? Like,
yeah.
Do you pick at those? Like, oh, if there's a piece of candy you like in there?
Depending on the candy, yeah.
What's your favorite candy?
I'm going to go Snickers.
No. So I don't like caramel.
Fair enough. I do. So Snickers. I'm happy with Snickers or anything in the Reese's family. I know you don't like peanut butter. Yeah, I know.
So you must clean up at Halloween, right?
Oh yeah, it's disgusting.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So anyway, we will see you guys next week. Maybe we'll pop in with a video or two in social media. As always, follow us at TNL_NYG on YouTube, and of course on that Sports Network, where we will post all our videos as well. Until next time, we will see you then. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.